First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Hello, everyone. I am meteorologist Lee Southwick joining you here on this Monday edition of our Weather Watchers live stream, taking a look out live all across the First Coast. What a beautiful evening it is shaping up to be. We're almost there, of course. We're about 30 minutes away from hitting that 5 o'clock hour. Nice blue skies out there. So as we take a look out across the First Coast, we are enjoying these pleasant conditions. It was warmer today, but now as we head towards sunset, we will see these temperatures drop. Notice with those blue skies out there, not a cloud in the sky, it is dry. And that is a problem because we are under some fire weather right now, fire danger. It is so dry out there that we are under that extreme category when it comes to the risk of fire with the low relative humidity values. This is particularly true across inland portions of southeast Georgia because that's where we're under drought-like conditions. So we will take a look at that here coming up. Also, just want to give everyone a friendly reminder that we are streaming right now live on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment them under Facebook or YouTube. I'll try to remember here to take a couple of breaks and look for your comments and answer any sort of questions you may have. All right, so we are heading into our Monday evening. Maybe some of you have Monday plans. If you do, comment. Let me know what you're doing on your Monday evening. How do we make this a great start to the work week? Temperatures sitting in the 70s for a lot of us, but places like Brunswick and St. Simon's Island at 66. Those of you right along the beach is mainly in the 60s. You can see St. Augustine is at 69. Mayport's at 68. Gainesville, warm, 81 degrees. Those Gator boys stay hot. If you know what I'm talking about, go basketball specifically. Football, we could be better. Basketball. Our temperature change, though, it depends on where you are to see how much of a cool down you really feel compared to this time yesterday, because we had this weak, dry front move through that did try to bring temperatures down a little bit. So in places like Keystone Heights right now, you're feeling no difference. But in Brunswick and St. Simon's Island, you're like, wow, 13 degrees cooler out here. You're likely noticing it feel a little bit cooler than it felt on your Sunday evening. Waycross, 6 degrees cooler. Mayport, 10 degrees cooler. St. Augustine, 8 degrees cooler. Looking at you, St. Augustine, I know a lot of people also traveling to St. Augustine for Nights of Lights. 'Tis the season now for that. Happy holidays, everyone. It's a little breezy out there. 13 miles an hour in Brunswick and Mayport, 14 miles an hour in St. Augustine. And then, of course, as you go inland, not as breezy, that is typical, but still, those of you closer to the water likely feeling just a little bit of a breeze. NAS Jax was at 12 miles an hour. Nothing to see here on radar. We are dry. Now, the one thing that I'm really glad to see when it comes to a completely dry radar is you can usually see smoke as well if there's wildfires, and we talked about that extreme fire risk. So while I wish, especially for those of you in that extreme drought area, we had rain on radar, at least we don't have smoke on radar. So please, as you enter these evening hours, don't burn anything. Don't throw your cigarettes on the ground. We are just in that extreme fire danger. As mentioned, keeping a close eye on St. Augustine Nights of Lights. Here's your Monday night forecast. Remember, you're so close to the water there in St. Augustine, so you're not going to cool down as quickly as others. So by 9 o'clock, sitting around 63 degrees. Overall, a nice evening, a dry evening to get out and look at the lights. So 63 at 9 p.m. But if you go inland, at 9 p.m., it's 57 degrees. So again, temperatures drop a lot faster away from the water. They heat up faster, they cool down faster if you're in more of a landlocked or inland situation. So those temperatures then continue to fall down to the low 50s, and even for some of you, the upper 40s tomorrow morning. As mentioned, inland spots, you cool down quicker. That's where we will be in the 40s. Our average low this time of year is 51 degrees. And so at 49, that's technically a little bit cooler than normal at the Jacksonville Airport. That's where our big record keeping is. Waycross, a chilly start for you, 43 degrees. Lake City and McClenny and Folkston, all at 46 degrees. And then closer to the beaches, a bit more mild. So places like Mayport and St. Augustine, a low of 59 degrees, but still a cooler start to the day. Now, something that I am going to watch out for, the possibility of fog again tomorrow morning. You can see here this fog forecast, this model, not impressive when it shows Tuesday morning fog. I just wanted to mention it for all of you who live in those fog-prone areas. Just keep an eye out for it tomorrow morning. However, I do think Wednesday morning has a little bit better probability of seeing fog. So it's possible tomorrow morning you can see this map, this model. Not too excited about the possibility of fog. But Wednesday morning, I would watch it. So just trying to give you a heads up there. Okay, so we start off tomorrow morning generally in the 40s and 50s, and then we warm up quickly. We're going to see temperatures rise towards 80 degrees. It will be a warm Tuesday, warmer than normal. Usually we're right around 73 degrees, and yes, we will be well above that. Now, we need some rain, and it is hard to find in the forecast. Those rain chances stay non-existent through the rest of the work week. Maybe a little bit of rain on Saturday. Let me show you what I've been looking at here. Big global models, so like the GFS and the European. They show this moving through, but it's not that significant. Remember, with a big global model like this, we don't have as much definition. These aren't high resolution models. And so generally what that is showing you is actually not a whole lot of rain. So right now we're holding it at 20%. It could go up, it could go down. I just want you all to know that it would be that that Saturday time frame right now, maybe lingering into a little bit of our Sunday. But while a lot of us don't want rain over the weekend for those weekend events, we really do need the rain across the First Coast, except for if you're in St. Augustine and Flagler counties. But that red that you see on the map, Waycross towards Folkston, that's an extreme drought. And then the orange that you see there, which is including places like Lake City, and then inland spots of Nassau County, includes McClenny, it goes up into southeast Georgia. That's a severe drought. Even that sandy color you're seeing there, so that's Fernandina Beach, through a huge portion of Duval County, and then all the way down towards Gainesville, that's moderate drought. And then the light green for places like Green Cove Springs, the yellow, did I say green? I was thinking of Green Cove Springs. The yellow that you see there, that bright yellow, that would be abnormally dry conditions. So still a level on our drought monitor, Palatka to Green Cove Springs, and then up into a good portion of southern Duval County. So most of Duval County, most of Jacksonville under a moderate drought, others of you under abnormally dry conditions. And then where you don't see anything highlighted there on the map, that's normal. You've had enough water, and we know that. We know places like in St. Johns County, you all were flooding there for a little bit, so you've had plenty of rain, but totally different story for places up near Waycross, Blackshear, Patterson, all of those across southeast Georgia in the extreme drought conditions. So again, looking for rain, not really seeing it, looking completely dry through the work week. And then maybe just a few showers over the weekend that we will keep an eye on. So meanwhile, lots of sunshine, we are going to continue to warm up. As mentioned, our average high this time of year, right around 73, so we're talking lower 70s, that's normal. We're gonna be around 10 degrees warmer than that this week. Temperatures continue to rise into the middle 80s, and it's possible that we could tie some record highs. Wednesday will be close by a degree. Thursday, I really hope not. I don't wanna get to 86. Friday, we have forecast a tied record high of 84 degrees, and Saturday will be right around there too, 83, 84. So very close to reaching some record highs here in the coming days. As for our morning low temperatures, we're going to be staying above average as well beyond tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, 49 degrees, but then we're well into the 50s, and your average low is 51 degrees. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get a look at your 7-day forecast and also take a look at the tropics and Thanksgiving coming up. So I'll see you right around the corner. All right, welcome back, everyone. So we need to take a look at our 7-day forecast. We talked all about the drier conditions, the drought that we've been dealing with, and the warmer than normal temperatures. But just to wrap it up and put a bow on it, here's our most accurate 7-day forecast. You can see the mornings moving into the 50s again after tomorrow morning, and still tomorrow morning, especially if you're closer to the water, you will be in the 50s. And then from there, we're getting up into the 80s. So it is much warmer than normal for this time of year. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. It doesn't feel like it. We have high temperatures near record and nearly 10 degrees warmer than normal. So we will be warm. We're talking flip-flops and shorts and short sleeve shirts, not those holiday sweaters. Even if you're heading out to things like Nights of Lights and other holiday events, don't dress in those heavy holiday sweaters. But speaking of the holidays, here's a look at our countdown. Can you believe Thanksgiving is only 10 days away? Again, doesn't feel like it with this weather that we've had. Christmas is 38 days away, and January 1st, 2026 is 45 days away. So Thanksgiving really is right around the corner. In fact, it's so close that we can kind of see it now in our long range models. So just to show you guys what it looks like right now for the forecast for Thanksgiving, and it can change, and it will change by at least a couple of degrees. But right now, what I'm seeing on some of these long range models is warmer temperatures still. Shouldn't be a surprise with the 80s this week. We're going to go warmer than normal. So right now I'm going to go right around 76, maybe 77, 78. It's still a long ways away. But yes, I'm thinking middle 70s for our Thanksgiving high. Mornings, probably middle 50s, and that would be closer to 60 degrees, closer to the beaches. But so a cooler start to the day, and then a comfortable day in the afternoon with the middle 70s out there. I am thinking it's mostly sunny. Right now it's trying to pop a few showers around, maybe about a 20% chance of rain, but again, that's a long ways to go, a lot that we can figure out as we head towards next Thursday, not this coming Thursday, but next Thursday, 10 days away. So yeah, right now, here's an early look at your Jacksonville Thanksgiving forecast. Of course, across the First Coast, you're going to add and take away a couple of degrees there on either side. Another countdown that we are looking at as we head towards the end of this month, the end of hurricane season, 13 days away. 13, and I am really happy to say right now we're not seeing anything. I want to whisper it, just don't want to wake up the tropics, but it looks like things are really ramping down. This is normal for the end of the season. I'm liking what I see. We all agree with that here on the weather team here at First Coast News. So 13 days until the official end of hurricane season. As my lovely coworkers like to remind me when I say we're almost done with hurricane season, they say, if you say that, something's going to form in December, we just know it. I just want to remind everyone that it's actually not unheard of to have a named storm in December or January, but usually they are way out in the ocean. We have these warmer waters still in some places, like in the Caribbean. That's the area that we've been watching, not near Jamaica. That has cooled down due to that hurricane. But the Western Caribbean is still very warm. However, again, just letting you all know right now, in our big tropical models, we aren't seeing any sort of development. We have these fronts that move through too that are good blockers, playing defense, and so looks okay. So I'm just gonna leave you all with this wrap up here of a look at what has happened this season so far. It's crazy that we've had 3 Category 5s, 4 major hurricanes, because Gabrielle was a Category 4, Imelda was a Category 2, and the rest were tropical storms. So this has been a rough season for some people. We have been very lucky here with them not coming here. So people have said it's a quiet season. I ask you all to please not say that. 3 Category 5 hurricanes. It's not a quiet season. And everyone in places like Jamaica would beg to differ. But again, we here on the First Coast looking okay. We're going to get through this. We are just warmer than normal for the next several days, even as we head into Thanksgiving, warmer than normal and dry. We really do need some rain, but rain chances are hard to find. We'll watch it for it over the weekend. So what we're about to do is take another break, and then when we come back, you're going to see 2 packages that I've done on animals. This is for animal lovers. We're talking about flamingos. We're talking about capybaras. You get to see a lemur, and then we will leave up that looping forecast for you after those packages. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I got to go get ready for the 5 o'clock newscast. I'll see you over on television, streaming, however you want to watch First Coast News at 5. I'll see you there. Flamingo numbers are growing across the state of Florida. Last seen in the 1940s and 50s, they were nearly wiped out by hunters who used their feathers for hats. But in August of 2023, Hurricane Idalia blew flamingos off course and scattered them across the eastern United States. And it looks like some flamingos are staying in Florida for good.
This past year, they saw over 120 birds in one flock that was hanging out for a really consistent amount of time in South Florida. And in the years past, it's been kind of like 90, 100 birds. So we are seeing more and more stick around every year.
While hurricanes can occasionally redirect flamingos to the southern United States, it appears they are only settling in Florida.
This is their natural habitat. They want to be hanging out in the Everglades, places with water that are real marshy and swampy. That's where their food is located. It's a great nesting ground for them. So this is where they want to be.
Could flamingos one day make the first coast their home?
We're seeing them slowly creep further and further north. They just haven't made it all the way up to Jacksonville yet.
Do you think they could come to Jacksonville?
It is possible. We don't have any flamingos, wild flamingos here in Jacksonville right now, but you can see them here at the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens.
At the zoo, I'm meteorologist Lee Southwick. First Coast News on your side. Capybaras and lemurs and skunks. Oh my! If you've ever wanted to pet an exotic animal, now you can, and it helps conservation efforts. This is the Capybara Cafe, an education interaction 501c3 organization located in St. Augustine. Trey King is the general manager.
So the Noah's Ark Sanctuary actually owns and operates the Capybara Cafe. The Noah's Ark Sanctuary is located in Hastings, Florida, so it's about 23 minutes away from here. So most of our animals that we get at the beginning of each and every day come from the sanctuary. They do not live here at the cafe. We get that question all the time. We want to make sure that these animals are enjoying the betterment of the sanctuary. Capybaras are semi-aquatic creatures, and since they do require about 30% of their life in the water. So we make sure that they get a lot of pool time back at the sanctuary.
The animals at the cafe rotate each day because visiting the cafe is completely voluntary. The cafe's transport team will visit the sanctuary every morning, place carriers out, and whichever animals decide to walk into the carriers will be transported that day.
We have a variety of animals that we do receive from, USDA approved vendors. But we also have a variety of animals who have been surrendered to us or injured, who need to be rehabilitated, and some that could be potentially released as well. So it just depends on the animal. Not every animal we receive or that is under our care actually is used for education and encounters. Those are only our USDA approved ambassadors.
Noah's Ark Sanctuary is currently breaking ground on a larger, more accessible location. Transport time will become a lot easier with the new location about 10 minutes away. The future facility will also be accessible for tours.
Education about conservation is incredibly important. It's not only teaching, us to protect what we love so that it can be around for future generations, but also it's allowing us to continue to take care of the animals under our care and the ones out in the wild.
To help with their conservation efforts, you can make a monetary donation online or visit the Capybara Cafe. If you visit, you can choose the 30-minute capybara encounter or add the exotic animal encounter for a chance to meet critters like a lemur, coatimundi, double-banded skunk, screaming hairy armadillo, or three-banded armadillo. The cafe recommends booking your encounter ahead of time.
I encourage each and every person who loves animals, the environment, ecosystems, anything about animals in the wild, animals under professional care, please come see us, come learn why we do what we do, and come hang out with some of our animals. We'd love to teach you about them, offer you the chance to pet them, take photos with them, and take those fun facts with you on your way out.
In St. Augustine, I'm meteorologist Lee Southwick. First Coast News on your side.